Hi, welcome to Call Time. My name is Sofyan and we are in our nice, cozy, small studio at ITE College Central. Call Time is an online video podcast that invites professionals from our local media industry to share their stories and experiences. So if you are a media student or someone who is passionate in content creation and want to, find out how to start off or how to get into the industry, maybe this show might be a little bit of more informative for you guys. Yeah? And this show is also a platform for our students in Nitec in video production to gain experience in producing an online video podcast. So thank you for all your support. Right, I would like to introduce our guest for this episode, Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence, for taking your time from your busy schedule to join us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Well, Lawrence, just want to share your history, right? Lawrence is a graduate from Ngee Ann Poly, FSB, and also when you went into the industry, you became a producer, director for ad agencies and corporate clients, right? Of course, on top of these jobs that pays the bills, you also produce short films. Yep, I'll say that again. You also produce short films. You're passionate in short films. In 2011, your short film titled The Invisible Monster was awarded Best Direction and Best Sound in 48 Hours Film Festival. And in 2018, Mess Teen, that's your other short film, you directed, produced and shot. And it was awarded special mention for the Southeast Asia Short Film Festival. Right? Before we continue chatting, maybe we can just show your showreel first, and then after that we can chat about it.
Yeah.
Right? Let's play the showreel. Wow, that's an impressive showreel.
Thank you.
You were the director, producer for
for most of the content, for whatever you've seen the show, I'm the director for it.
Nice. So most of it is your vision.
Yeah, together with, especially when you're working with ad agency, I think it's a collaborative effort. It can be from the CD, and then they give you that whole genesis of their idea, and then that's how we develop.
Oh, very good creative team.
Yeah.
And I see you go places. It's not all Singapore, right?
Yeah. Like Dubai. I think what you saw is the Dubai
one,
shot.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe the next one that we want to show is a short film teaser called Mess Teen.
Yep, that's right.
I understand that.
Yeah, so Mess Teen is actually more of a personal film that, other than just now that film festival that you mentioned, right? It has never shown anywhere else.
So this is
like
exclusive. This is the first time you're going to see the teaser, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the teaser. Nice. So what is Mess Tin about and why do you want to make it?
Mess Tin is actually a story about two starved, hungry boys set in World War II. Yeah. So it's that they actually tried to steal lunchbox, mess tin, from the Japanese soldier.
Oh.
Yeah. So that film itself, it's a personal film because it comes at a point in time where both my grandmother passed away, who they also been through war in Singapore. So I thought, write something, along that line. Yeah, but because of the story structure and everything, right, it is still at this point in time a very personal film for me to show anybody else.
But were you happy with the outcome, with the result?
Privately, yes, I think so. Yeah, but it's enjoyable to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for that film itself, I think only it's a very small team. Myself, I'm the one directing and shooting, and also producing it. Then I got one camera assistant and one sound. And together with the talents, right, we will bash through the jungle to make it happen.
Wow,
Yeah.
really like school assignment, really small team, very compact.
Yeah, but sometimes small team works. It's faster. When you get like a bigger team, I think there are a lot of considerations.
Is there a message that you want audience to get out of this by watching it?
I think it's about the simplest time.
Simplest time.
Yeah, I think Mess Tin essentially is about the innocence of the kids, that they have just one desire. They're hungry. They just want to get food. So the innocence together with the chaos of the world at that point in time they are setting in, and also it's a forgotten time. Also as the time progresses, right, we've forgotten a little bit of history of our past. Yeah. So
Was
yeah.
it because I didn't see the short film? How easy was it? Because if it's World War II, if it's a period short film, it might be difficult. But looking at the teaser, it's in the jungle. Unless you have Japanese soldiers, that means maybe costume wardrobe a bit difficult. How difficult was it to produce this?
I think when I wrote the script, at first it began off with a grander idea, But after that, because of funds, I started to string it down, and lesser and lesser. So at first there's a troop of Japanese soldiers. It becomes like just two guys. Yeah. Then I think the easiest would be the set itself. We set it in the jungle, so you walk away with things lah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You work with what you have.
Yeah, you
I
work with
guess.
what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. But that's the fun of it lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work with what you have, and then you somehow magically make it appear.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. How many days did it take to shoot it?
Shoot-wise, I think it's simple. I think that one is about two days. But there are a lot of cutaway scenes. There are aerial shots of the jungle and all, but it's not in Singapore, because I have a lot of overseas assignments, right? So I was so happened I was in Laos. So the Laos jungle is really is very nice
dense,
cinematic, very dense.
dense, yeah.
So I get my drone operator to get me a drone shot of the Laos jungle. Then you mix and match, and it becomes a part of the film lah.
Yeah, like you said, it's a very personal and creatively your own kind of short film, right? So I think the suggestion is that if you have something in your head or in your heart, just do it, right?
Just do it. I don't think you need to worry about whether or not the film is nice or certain standard lah. I think the most important thing is you just go and practice first, especially when you are just started out, right? I think just keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Maybe share with us the story of how you entered the industry. Maybe because we have a lot of media students and we have VPD students as well, right, who are graduating. So how do you start, for your own personal story, how do you start having a foot into the industry?
Yeah, I think it started like maybe 20 years ago.
20 years, huh?
Yeah, 20. I think it's 2000. Yeah, 20 years ago. I think it started right from the school. So like in school, right?
From poly, from your poly.
From poly, yeah. So poly usually like in year 2 you have internship.
Internship, yeah.
Right. but we started even before the year 2. So during year 1 itself, we start to look out for companies lah. So during the holidays job, instead of working in cafes, right?
Retail or F&B.
Correct. We a couple of friends and I we look out for production houses. So we went for interview and then we got it lah, internship. So one of which I do not know whether you remember, MediaWorks.
MediaWorks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back then there is okay, now the surviving channel is Channel U, but back then there was Channel I. Channel I is something similar like Channel 5 lah, right? So they just started out. So we actually went down to help out lah on the road shows. But it is through that whole journey of the internship, we actually met producers. One producer that actually helped me with my very first big gig. Yeah.
Really?
So later on, when I got out from NS, and then we formed a company, that same producer that I met in the internship, right, actually gave us a job. Back then was Singapore Idol.
The first one?
No, I think it was the second one.
Second one?
Yeah, who was it? Not the top. Yeah, the second one. And then we produce the 3G content. Yeah.
3G content?
They call it the 3G content. The 3G content is something like the, what do you call that? Now like for Instagram Reels.
Oh, I see.
All those kind of short contents,
Short
right?
ones,
For MediaCorp.
Oh.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that the internship itself is that it makes you know more people. It's a good opportunity for you to grow your network. Yeah. And you do not know how far it will bring you to also. Sometimes the people that you met in internship will somehow come back in full circle in your later part of your career.
And friends who support you also important.
Yeah.
You all start off with a small group of friends.
Correct. Yeah, lah. So start off with a small group of friends, then later on we form a company.
You all form a company. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, lah. So, but other than internship, I think your working attitude. So once you know more people, and then if your attitude is good, people will naturally recommend you more jobs. And will
so
help
that
you
relationship lah, basically.
Yeah, relationship.
For anyone wanting to be in that industry, you must have, of course, the skills.
Yeah.
And keep on trying to improve the skills, I guess.
Correct.
And then having that relationship with whoever you meet.
Yeah, I would say your attitude, your relationship building. I think that one is the most important thing. If you are somebody who is very hard to get to be with, I think it's hard to survive.
They need to know that they can work with you, I guess.
Yeah. Work with everyone,
Yeah. Right. Then once you start off in your career, right, it gets busy. How do you keep improving yourself, like to produce better work, and to stay creative in a fast-paced world? You know, sometimes they always say, "Oh, deadline within this much time." So how do you keep up with that pace by staying creative and improving yourself?
Actually, I think sometimes my best project is actually those with the least the deadline is
the shortest deadline.
The shortest deadline.
That's where you work best.
Somehow drives you to think how you're gonna do it. You know.
It brings up the adrenaline.
Yeah. The one that give you a lot of deadlines on it. Deadline like a few months later. You never use that time to go and think.
I see. Yeah, really.
You only use that stretch to actually to think of something. But I think one key thing also is about practice. I think if you can, depending on what you like. If you're somebody like if you aspire to be a DP, then maybe you casually every day you shoot something lah.
I see.
Yeah.
So it depends on what role you are interested in.
Yeah.
Then you try to do something in that progress, is it?
Yeah, that's one. Also, I think looking at how people do it, I think these days there are so many influence. Like you can watch on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or whatsoever. Somebody will have done something interesting, and you get inspired, and then from there you see how you can do it differently.
And make it your own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, share with us a weirdest or funniest experience on set.
This is a tough one actually, because
there's a lot of that.
there's so much, and some of them can't really say.
Okay, what is PG lah?
No lah, but well, okay lah. What I can say is that there are a lot of these kind of moments. But I think this job, right, really can bring us to. It's actually a what do you call that? Privilege lah. Sometimes I think about it to be in this job. Yeah. Because our job is not like 9 to 5 in an office environment, right? You get to travel, you get to meet different kind of people. You know, sometimes it could be your childhood football stars. You know, the next thing you know that you are directing him.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So
there was David Beckham.
There was David Beckham.
There was David Beckham in your showreel.
That's quite intense actually. We because
quite intense.
Yeah, because we actually set up the whole entire. One day beforehand, we set up the whole thing already, pre-light and things like that. But we are only given like only 10 minutes with him.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
To shoot him.
To shoot him, that particular scene, you need to get it done. So there's a bit of a stress to get it going lah. But yeah.
Very small margin of errors, huh?
You can't. Yeah, very small margin of error. That's right.
Yeah.
So
back to the funniest or weirdest experience on set.
Yeah, like I say, I can't really think of a specific, but what I'm trying to tell you is that there are a lot of experiences that's priceless lah.
Yeah. And when you go other countries, I guess like Dubai, right, you see different cultures.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And different processes.
Correct.
I mean, it opens up your eyes to see how different societies or communities are, right?
Yeah, because I think that project was back to back with like I need to travel from Australia, then I got Dubai, then Laos. So it's like within that 1 year, there's a lot of traveling going on, and then you start to see a lot of different kind of people.
So guys, shoot overseas.
Yeah, that's the way.
Huh? That's the way, yeah?
That's the way.
Is it right that Australian skies are better in camera in the shot than Singapore skies? Huh? Different countries have different nice different skies.
I would say just different. Each country got its own taste lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it looks different.
That's good. Okay, next question. How do you balance work, especially if it is freelance? How do you balance that with family and maybe money? You know, because freelance money doesn't come in like regularly monthly, right? Yeah. So how do you balance all that?
But this question depends on the circumstances of your family background.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And also what age you are in lah. If right now if you are saying that you are like 17 to maybe like mid-20s, I think it's okay. You know, the most of which you just spend your time doing what you want to do, right? You can work as hard, you can learn as much, but the moment when you maybe like got tied down already, maybe you got married, then especially if you got kids, then the priorities start to shift also. So that's where the truth, the hard part of life comes in, right?
So how do you personally manage that
you
before and after?
Before you no need to prioritize.
No need to prioritize.
No need to
Okay, good
prioritize.
advice.
I think
That's
everything,
good advice.
yeah.
Spend money for holidays, then all your hard work because you earn that money, right?
Yeah, spend for yourself. You want to save some for your short film, go ahead, you know. After that, you can't.
You can, huh?
You can't.
Save as much as you can.
Yeah, save as much, and then you have to think about your kid, your wife, or whatsoever. So, I think the advice is that do whatever you can before you get married. Then just work as hard. Then later on, you know, then face the music after that.
That's money part. That's the money part.
Yeah, that's the money part.
What about the time part? After having a family and you know having kid, right? So sometimes production they say it's long hours, you know, and sometimes you have to travel overseas. How do you manage that?
I think it's still prioritizing. I think sometimes you are still you always find a way to make it happen. No matter how tough the whole thing is, right? When you can sort out your priorities, it can be done.
Can be done.
Yeah, it still can be done. It's harder. Perhaps you have to sacrifice certain things. Maybe you cannot leap out with your friends, you know. that much, but that's
you
where
have
you
to
start.
sacrifice, and then you have to organize,
Yeah,
be more organized, I guess.
correct.
Be more organized.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you for having
we
me.
are almost going towards the end of our show. Right now, we will open the floor
Okay.
for questions. If any of the students back there on the studio floor have any questions, we got a mic. We can ask Lawrence here. Anyone have? Maybe we can fit in 2 or 3 questions if you all have.
So, where did you get like your inspiration for your videos? Like, where's the inspiration?
Usually my inspiration comes from music actually. It started from music.
What kind of music?
Oh, it can be anything. It can be
Taylor Swift.
It can be Backstreet Boys, no.
Backstreet
No,
Boys,
no,
yeah.
but it can be really anything. It can be anything. So sometimes I used to have. These days I don't have the time, but I used to have times where I take a walk or jog, just putting on the earphones, right, and that's where the inspiration comes.
It's the
Yeah.
lyrics, is it?
I think it's the
The
melody.
lyrics?
It's not the lyrics.
No, it's the melody.
Yeah, lyrics can be the love song, no, but it really is very different from how I imagine things.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
I see, I
yeah.
see.
It's just the melody. Somehow it just.
Because
kicks
for me,
in.
sometimes it's the lyrics. You hear the lyrics.
I suppose so,
There's some
yeah.
meanings, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, but melody works
yeah.
as well. Any more questions? Anyone else have any other questions?
Hi. Okay. Just one question is, what type of genre of film do you like to make the most?
Oh,
Types of genre.
that's a very good question. It shifts from age to age. So when I like thriller stuff.
Thrillers, huh?
Yeah, sci-fi show. That's why for my Invisible Monster, it's actually a sci-fi trailer kind of thing. But these days, that doesn't really appeal to me anymore. In fact, something more real like a human drama, it cannot be too fictitious. I don't buy that anymore also. It's really like, sometimes it can be a simple story, It could be a good simple story about a grandmother being taken care by a maid, a relationship like that, the kind of story that attracts me now.
That relationship as well.
Yeah.
Between the maid and the grandmother.
Yeah.
That human relationship.
Correct. The kind of human drama, I think that's something that I'm quite intrigued to do now.
All right, good question. Any more questions? Anyone? Okay.
So where is the most exciting location you ever filmed at?
Sorry?
Like, where is the most exciting location that you ever filmed at?
Laos. Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so that Laos project is actually for Land Rover.
The brand.
Yeah.
Land Rover is a jeep, considered like a jeep.
Yeah, correct. So we actually have to bash into the jungle, convoy together into the jungle. So we actually spent there for I was there for the recce for almost 2 weeks. I was there before the shoot, 2 weeks was there.
To
just for
recce the different
just-
places.
Correct. Then followed by 8 days of shoot. So practically almost one whole month in Laos.
Get used to Laos food.
Yeah. Nice people.
Learn a
also.
few
I
language.
know, I cannot say that. Yeah, but yeah. Laos is an interesting place. Very
Because of the
authentic.
shoot, because of the idea of
Also,
the
the
shoot.
place itself is very authentic.
Authentic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of character.
Yeah.
That's not something that you can find in Singapore. Singapore is very clinical.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But Laos, when you turn around, you can see some special places. You thought like, hey, this is quite a good photo here. And there. Yeah.
So for photographers and film students, maybe save money to go Laos and take all the nice cinematic footages.
Oh, yeah,
Now the trend on TikTok is Wes Anderson.
What's understand?
You shoot like Wes Anderson on
Okay.
TikTok. Yeah. So it teaches you framing.
Yeah.
So Singapore also have some places very Wes Anderson like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Laos is another place that you all can go as well. Yeah. Any more questions? One last question maybe? No, then we will end the show. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for sharing your stories and experiences and coming down to the show with us. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank everyone for watching our pilot series, Call Time, a show where media students and those with a passion on content creation can listen to stories shared by industry professionals such as Lawrence. This show was brought to you by ITE College Central, Nitec in video production. For your information, this show is entirely produced by our students. So thank you for supporting us and allowing our students to learn through this experience. And if you feel that this show was informative and you like the show, please like our social media platforms and also subscribe. And thank you so much, and we'll see you guys again. Thanks, Lawrence.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.